So you're the newest head coach for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Is there a secret head coach group chat? Is your coaching personality more like Kim Mulkey or Don Stanley?
They riding around town and they looking for my face. Gotta pray to God above you.
Cook music. The Riding Around show is here for you.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Young Carter, go farther, go further, go harder. Is that not why we came? And if not, then why bother?
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Ridin Around Show. Today we have head coach Kelsi Musick. Today we're going to talk with her about taking over a new program, Razorback experience so far, and the program goals. Let's hop in.
Around the world and I'm back again. Who's been asking about me?
Let's go.
Let's roll.
All right, so you're the newest head coach for the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking over the women's basketball team. I know the fans have a lot of questions as you're the new coach, so thanks for riding around with us.
Absolutely, I'm excited.
I know you've been coaching for a good amount of years now, so you're pretty experienced with NIL, but I feel like, at least for me, that's the topic I want to start with because I feel like downfall is kind of a harsh word, but kind of the downfall of the last administration per se. They didn't really have a budget and they kind of lost some of their players. So is there a changing going behind the scenes to increase NIL, or how are you guys combating that?
Well, you know, it's still kind of new. I think it's new territory for everybody, from the NCAA to administrations to the universities across the nation. But obviously the judge signed off, so there will be the rev share that we are participating in, and so. Is
that so you can directly pay the players now?
Well, it is, but it's not necessarily collective, but it is the rev share, and so there will be, you know, people in place to help, you know, do the contracts and make sure everything is the way that it's supposed to be, that it's legal through the NCAA, and just with the shift in the NIL, it's still a learning curve. So as far as, you know, giving you just a whole lot of detail, I think that everyone's still in that learning curve from the top to the bottom. Obviously,
you share a building with Coach Calipari. I saw you meeting with Tyson. Is he planting any seeds there for some funding like Coach Cal has maybe?
I wish. We'll see. I have met him a time or two, but I haven't had any meetings with him yet. So.
Well, glad the relationship's there though.
Yeah, absolutely. Good people. I mean, that support, obviously, you know, support the University of Arkansas and the different programs, so especially men's basketball, which is awesome.
Yeah, so speaking of coaching relationships, I know you have a connection with Coach Pitman too. Mm-hmm. Some like hometown connection, or is that it? Or
so Coach Pitman actually knew my mom and dad growing up. So Coach Pitman went to my high school, which is Canton, Oklahoma. I'm from a tiny town in western Oklahoma with about 500 people. But Coach Pitman went to school there until he was a sophomore, I believe. And then he moved, but his sister graduated from Canton, I believe Bonnie, and so she knows my parents as well. So it's kind of a cool connection. Wow. That two people came from such a small town in western Oklahoma. So
both head coaches now.
Yeah, at the same university, even cooler.
And then I'm sure you know Van Horn because you're a coach, but also we saw you throw out the first pitch at a baseball game. How was that experience? Were you nervous, or how'd that go?
I mean, a little bit. I obviously don't play baseball, so you know, just trying to do my best. But what a phenomenal season! I think the one amazing thing that I've learned just early on. I've only been here for a few months, but just the support that all the coaches give each other. It's definitely an amazing atmosphere. Obviously, Hunter does a good job leading us as our athletic director, but all the coaches really do get behind and support each and every program and each other, and I just think that's an awesome thing to be a part of.
Yeah. Is there a secret head coach group chat going on?
No, I wish. Maybe we'll get to that.
Thank you to Swoon Juice Bar for their continued support of the Ridin Around Show and athletics. They have multiple locations, so if you live in Fayetteville or you're visiting for a game, make sure to stop by. Their location on campus, on MLK, where we're at right now, is where you'll find athletes, me, and the coaches.
All right, Noah, here's your smoothie. Now get back to the episode.
Is your coaching personality more like Kim Mulkey or Don Stanley?
I'm pretty animated. I get passionate. I definitely have a lot of energy and passion, so that's something that I think the fans will definitely see. I think my players are kind of learning that as we're getting into some of our summer practices, but I don't know, maybe a combination of both.
What's something people might be surprised to learn about you off the court? I know you're a jokester, I've learned that, but
I think I'm funny, even though I'm probably not, but I love to drink Sprite, so they'll notice that on the court though, because it'll be my it'll be what I drink on the bench during games.
Keeps you chill?
I don't know about that, but
I know you built your team at your last school. You guys were successful. What's your most like proudest accomplishment of like maybe your career, just past school? Or
you know, I would say from ORU is being able in that rebuild to play in the conference championship game, to have back-to-back 20-win seasons, and just to really make a statement in the Summit League, to where, you know, prior to they were kind of in the middle of the pack, and we became one of the top 2-3 teams in the conference in back-to-back seasons. Yeah. So I think, you know, people knew who we were in the Summit, and we're starting to kind of, you know, recognize us outside the league. So I think that's kind of I would say that was kind of the statement made, and what I'm probably most proud of.
Well, what if the door swings open to all I've been hoping to break for?
You know, as far as joining the university and being a part of it, I think in Fayetteville, just being able to meet the fans, meet some alumni, and just the excitement they have for the women's basketball program right now is refreshing, and just the support. I just love how passionate the fans are, and just, you know, slowly getting out and meeting the different people in Fayetteville. It's been awesome, and, you know, kind of trying to you know, to meet different people, to get out and try different restaurants, just to be, you know, fully integrated. This is where we're going to be, my family will be, and you know, we're enjoying the transition as we are attempting to officially move here.
yeah, since you're adjusting, I got to give 3 quick plugs. So we just passed Bordino's.
Okay.
High-end restaurant on Dixon Street. Would recommend them. Swoon Juice Bar. A lot of the athletes frequent there, and I'm sure Roman will start plugging y'all with drinks and smoothies and that stuff. And then Lewis Auto, who gave us this vehicle. So 3 quick little plugs.
Absolutely, you got to plug the people, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
So what did you know about the Razorbacks before coming?
Well, I just knew a little bit from last year when I was at ORU and we played Arkansas. So
rival to coach. Kind of like Coach Cal.
Yeah, so just being able to play them is kind of what I knew. I really hadn't been anywhere else in Fayetteville. We literally showed up and went to the gym, played our game. But as far as anything else, you know, it's been a learning process.
Well, you're kind of rebuilding a program, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So how's that kind of going with, you know, you've added some coaching additions. Somebody from Farmington, who was that?
Brad Johnson from Farmington. So I was able to retain some of the previous staff. I was able to, you know, we were able to hire a couple of new staff members as well for our coaching staff. But I think as you're talking about a rebuild, the biggest thing is establishing our culture, who we are and what we want to be and what we want to represent here at the University of Arkansas in our women's basketball program. So the culture is extremely important. Obviously recruiting, getting players in here that want to be here, that want to be a part of it. Also fit our system. We run the dribble drive, so making sure those players fit our system and what we're going to do is extremely important in the rebuild as well.
Or what would you be satisfied with in year 1?
Establishing a culture is definitely the most important, in making sure we're bringing in the right players and then fitting the system so that you know, are excited about running the dribble drive, that fit that. It's a number system. There's different you know, intricate details for each and every position, but making sure we have the players that fit the system, that want to be here and then can produce on the court.
What type of player fits best in your system?
You know, you have to be obviously a competitor, but we run the dribble drive, so you got to be able to get to the rim, share the basketball, and knock down 3 balls. You know, our post play is going to be a crucial, especially in the SEC, but we can run it different ways, where we have open post, closed post, and mix that up, or even potentially some 5 out. So just players that fit our system. We want to play fast.
Yeah, you say high octane.
High octane.
Yeah, we got high octane fuel in this car, but
that's right.
Yeah.
So we want to run a high octane offense where we want to score a lot of points, put a lot of points on the boards, and you know, no one wants to watch slow basketball, or I feel like they don't. So just be able to put a product on the floor that can score, get up and down the floor, and put a product on the floor that can score, get up and down the floor, and just be exciting. Most girls don't play above the rim, so being able to transition, score quickly, make a lot of threes is fun for the fans.
Yeah, high octane kind of just makes you think, like, let the players, as fast as their skills allow them to play.
Mm-hmm. I always say players have to make plays. I don't want to put my players in a box, and even though the dribble drive is a system and there are, you know, rules within the system, players get to make plays, and they get to go out there and utilize the skills they've worked on their whole entire lives and put them on display.
Yeah. What makes Arkansas an exciting place to recruit right now? what's kind of like the sales pitch? What would it be?
I think the rebuild is part of it. Come be a part of, the rebuild, laying the foundation and leave a legacy. We want to climb the ladder of the SEC, and I think it's a great opportunity. And the one thing we always say about the U of A is, this is a big deal in Arkansas. This university is where it's at.
Here.
Yeah, and so like you said, they're the pro athletes, and everyone wants to support all of the athletics programs at the U of A, and just to be a part of that, a university where the fans and the administration, everyone's just so excited and so passionate. Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
Yeah. Hype me up a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
And I like on the what if, because it's like, one of my things is fearless, be fearless, and it says, what if fear's holding you back? Like, what if that's the only thing stopping you?
Yeah, I liked it because it's like a positive what if, like change your mindset instead of the negative.
And that's the thing that I'm trying to teach my players, is to change their mindset, to be positive, to, flip the switch. Like if we miss a shot, then you got to make the next two. We got to, we positive breeds positive, and
it's a mindset game for sure.
It is, and just, I want my players to leave my program better in all aspects of their life when they leave here, and not just on the court, but in all aspects.
And you were an ex-player too, so you kind of, both sides how to.
And it's not just about in this moment. What am I teaching them for the rest of their lives? That's important. It's not just in this moment, but it's about their future and who and what they want to be, whether they want to be a stay-at-home mom, whether they want to be a lawyer, doctor, go to the WNBA, whatever it is. It's my job to help prepare them for those moments. It's about mental, and that's the world these kids live in. They live in a world where, are you going to believe the lies? Are you going to believe all of the negative that could be on social media or whatever? Or are you going to believe the truth?
Yeah, remind yourself.
Yeah. For sure. One of my lines is mental is to physical is 4 is to 1. So, the mental aspect is 3 times more important than even the physical, because your body's going to do what your mind tells it to. So you can't let your mind stop you from reaching your goals, from pushing through to whatever that is, whether it's, psyching yourself out of a test, or, whatever it is, a big shot in a game, but it all goes together. Your mind controls so much, and we have to, get control of that and help these young ladies, grow their minds and their bodies.
Well, you got us hyped up. I'm feeling a little hype. Thanks for coming on. I'm looking forward to attending some games and watching the rebuild.
All right.
I heard you were looking for me. Hey, Mr. Hello. Tell me where have you been?
Let's go!